onto this. That's been an incredible talking point since the early hours of this morning, Tembekile.
It's interesting. We're talking about the 4.4 magnitude earthquake, by the way. Most people either frightened or disappointed that they missed it.
I don't know how people slept through that.
I did.
Okay.
I felt nothing.
I think we need to have a conversation after the... I won't ask what you had consumed or not consumed before you went to bed. But of course, many people feeling the aftermath of that 4.4 magnitude earthquake in the early hours of this morning. It happened at 2:38. Katleho Sekhotho takes a look at the story for us.
Residents of Windmill Park in Boksburg say the early morning earthquake was intense.
I've actually never experienced such a earthquake in my entire life. So we couldn't take it. Everybody was very scared. It was about 2 a.m. somewhere around there. And we all got off from our beds and get out from the street trying to check, see each other if we are still making it, or if there's maybe other houses that have even fallen down, because that is how it was so huge. Yeah. It was very scary. I mean, even traumatizing, you know, because since then I've never slept up until now. So, yeah, that's how harsh it was.
An expert says the seismic event was officially categorized as an earthquake.
As the Council for Geoscience, we've got seismic networks deployed throughout the country, especially in the Johannesburg region as well. So the information that we collect, it's at a much denser scale as opposed to, some of the international bodies that do record earthquakes as well, such as the USGS and others. So typically when we do the analysis of these earthquakes, we can confine the information much more to a local scale. So we can confirm that indeed the earthquake did occur this morning around 2:38 a.m. And following our analysis of the information that we've collected on a real-time basis, the magnitude we've calculated is a magnitude of 4.4, which is still a relatively, moderately large sized earthquake.
Ekurhuleni Emergency Services confirmed that they did respond to an incident of structural damage in Bedford View.
From emergency services under the city of Ekurhuleni, we haven't received much across the entire city, except that now we had to respond to Bedford View Center, a shopping center, whereby a pub experienced some structural damage. Once on our arrival there, we found that now the ceiling has basically collapsed, and for safety reasons, we had to evacuate everyone and spoken to the owner to close up, so that now, for safety reasons, so as the structural engineers can come and do a structural inspection.
This resident says he's considering moving out of the neighborhood.
I can tell you, I've been thinking, ever since this thing has begun happening around this area, the one that happened last night, it was just worse than all of them. And I can tell you, I am really considering moving out of this place, definitely selling the property and go be anywhere else, which it could be even much better, because I came to this eastern side coming from the south, and from south I've never experienced this in my entire life.
Meanwhile, this community member believes earthquakes have become frequent in the Boksburg area.
The other one happened last year. So now it's the third time, and a year worse. So my experience is very bad in this area. So I don't know what am I going to do. Because even now my husband is not working. If he was working, we were going to move.
People are encouraged to share their quake experience with the Council for Geoscience. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Katleho Sekhotho in Boksburg.